put Maradona on this earth, score goals, Steve Davis to pop balls, and Nigel Benn to kick ass. That's the way I look at it.
You know, you'd nail him to the floor, he'd still get up. If he went down, that is, and I don't know who's going to knock him down.
Nigel Benn asked me to manage it when he first came. I said, look, let me make one thing quite clear. Never. I would never sign that managerial piece of paper.
They look at him as, you know, a flash Johnny Dollar. He's got money, and, you know, they don't want to see him come through. And if I can help him get there, I will.
How are you?
Hello, my man. Come and kiss me, darling. Let's stop all this nonsense.
My problem is that people are trying to suppress my efforts. And I'm not here to be suppressed by anybody.
Let's put it this way, he's causing people to take notice. He's ruffling a few feathers. Whether or not the ruffling of the few feathers will be enough to really give him what he yearns for, A, the public acclaim, and B, the financial viability, is all in the future.
Himself, Ambrose Mendy.
I'd like to say it gives me great pleasure to give this award to Jeff Fennick. He richly deserved it. And with all due respect to all the other sports, there are no harder working sportsmen than professional boxers.
Well, I personally think for Ambrose to get a licence with the Boxing Board of Control would be definitely like putting his head in a noose, because A, he hasn't got a big fan club at the British Boxing Board of Control, and they would only be too happy to force him into a corner where he would make a mistake, because everyone makes mistakes, and if you're flamboyant, you make a few more mistakes.
If he wants to take a Board of Control licence out, he's free enough to do it. If he don't want to do it, that's up to him. That does not affect my life. The only thing that does affect my life, that he is doing it with a boxer that is contracted to me. Now, he is promoting and he is managing. We have concrete proof of that.
I don't manage Nigel Benn. I'm not Nigel Benn's boxing promoter. Nigel Benn is with boxing under the promotional umbrella of Maloney and Marsh because they have offered him more money than anybody else.
Most I've ever got from Frank was 7,500. Now with Ambrose, first fight, as my age, I got 35,000. The next one's 40.
Thanks very much. See you again. I implored Nigel Benn in the first instance to go back to speak to Frank Warren. As he says in his affidavit, no way, ever, he would quit boxing before he went back to Frank Warren. This was the press conference which announced Nigel was back, and which was picked up by the press in a very big way.
But you had about 7 or 8 months, didn't you, wasn't it, between both fights?
6 months since
6 months.
Out of the ring. Yeah. And I'm used to fighting every 6 weeks, so. Really, I know what I want out of life. I know how much I'm worth as well, so nobody can come and tell me, like, you know, when you're under manager, you're getting this bump, you're fighting him, and that's that, you're fighting here, you wear this gear, and all that, yes sir, no sir, and all this.
This is a fairly new magazine which did quite a write-up on Nigel. I think it's about page 140. Take a walk on the dark side.
Since Nigel has become his own boxing manager, he's negotiated his highest pay deal with the promoter. He's employed a commercial agent in Ambrose Mendy who has secured for him a number of sponsorship deals, and also Nigel Benn Enterprise, which I believe sells all the marketing stuff of Nigel's.
These all concentrate in the same areas.
That's a very good action shot, isn't it?
This was actually the
Richie Miller, the first person to take me 7 hard, grueling rounds.
The most exciting raw talent I've seen in this country for many a year. But he's now added an extra problem to himself, because I don't know how much he was earning on the Warren, but Warren had the machinery. He has the machinery. Ambrose is working towards getting the machinery.
We want the whole thing set up, and every single bit of it is down to you. It's 100% your area. And I want some facts out about Nigel.
I think Nigel has fought a lot of sitting ducks, because he has fought 4 fighters from Miami, and I live in Miami 3.5 years, and I haven't heard any one of those opponents' names.
With a bit of luck, you'll be able to lead by 5 past. If you set that as your target anyway, you'll be down for 1/4 past. You've got to be there before the press get there.
Don't forget, he is relatively new at the wheeler dealing at international level. Give him his due, he's a very fast learner, and he's spent a bit of time with Frank Warren, so that shouldn't affect him too adversely. Be able to really make a significant impact on world boxing, you have to be promoting world title fights. That's what it's all about.
Richard Evans pulled out?
Yeah. We was brought together by a journalist. He explained who Ambrose was, used to work with Frank Warren, was marketing for Frank Warren's promotion, and that he wanted to get back into boxing on the marketing capacity again, and advising fighters on financial deals and business sort of opportunities that were open to him, and the sponsorships that were available in professional boxing, as it was a sort of a multi-million-pound business.
Good fight.
There'd be a fight right last, but he only took the job at short notice.
That's Nigel's dressing room.
Anthony Logan's.
That's Logan's. Oh. Frank is a matchmaker and he's a promoter. I'm a marketing man. And those two together become a force. Boxing has never been marketed properly in this country since the days of Jack Solomon. All right, Tel?
Hold on a sec.
How's it going?
OK, then, I'll get back to you anyway. Right, OK. Honest, we can't work with him again. It's bloody ridiculous. They've complained about passes, they've complained about tickets, they've complained about everything. This had to be the first and last one here. It's pathetic.
Well, I worked as a general manager for Frank Warren. Ambrose used to do the promotional side of it, selling sponsorship and whatnot. And he had known Frank before I knew him. And he was always very whizzy in what he'd done. He tried the things what no one else had tried. And obviously, with Frank being a new promoter who had similar ideas, it sort of got along very, very well.
He's having a laugh, honestly. When I think about the effort which I put into that company, there's a sense of shameful regret. But once again, it was an experience. Okay, I'll see you this evening. All right. Yeah. Okay, then. See you later. Bye.
Okay, Ambrose, he's streetwise. He came from the part of the East End where boxing was ripe, and Frank came from North London and on a similar circumstances. And maybe they couldn't stay together because they were very similar in their outlook. Turns sour, boxing's a funny thing. It's who you wake up with in the morning.
He specialises in marketing and entertainment, and that's exactly what he's brought into my promotions. The good job they'd done was our first promotion together, Marshall and Maloney, when we brought former world heavyweight champion Tim Witherspoon over. This is the new face of British boxing. gone are the old over-the-hill gang mob sitting around the ringside, the big cigars. It was a new image. There was good-looking girls, film celebrities there, sports celebrities there.
If music and if men limbo dancers are the going thing that excites people in pre-fight entertainment, and it's part of that, let's go ahead and do it. Don't let's scorn the people. Let's give them a chance. Let's put backsides on seats.
Right, chum. Good stuff. Let's go and do it.
That's right.
Feeling nice?
Feeling great, relaxed, just, just want to get in there and do it now, because it seems a long time since I fought him, I'm feeling mean now, I really am.
Here comes the man himself. You can tell just by the reaction of this crowd, quite probably one of the most popular boxers, well, certainly one of the most exciting boxers in the country at the moment. Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer. The challenger from Jamaica, Anthony Logan, the Terminator. No doubt about it, he packs a punch.
I just give 100%. That's all you can do. If you know you give 100%, even if you lose, you know that you've given your best, you've given your all, and that's all you can do.
The first round about to get underway, and as I said already, don't take your eyes off the screen. Anything can happen with these two, the Terminator, the Dark Destroyer. And immediately it's Nigel Benn on the attack, the crowd urging him on. Nigel Benn not one to hang around, and already Anthony Logan's into trouble, pinned against the ropes as Benn takes the fight straight to the Jamaican. He's trying to battle back. There certainly isn't any love lost between these two. There was a heated press conference earlier in the week. Now Logan described Benn as a load of garbage. Anthony Logan a little wary here in this opening round. It's hardly surprising, but he's going to have to be very, very careful. If he gets caught by one of Nigel Benn's bombs, he's out for the count. Well, Benn swung a right, slipped. No concern whatsoever. The referee gets the bout underway once again. And Benn swinging widely once again. He's going to have to watch it as well, because there's no doubt that Logan has a punch. But Benn now gets to grips, takes this fight by the scruff of the neck. He's desperately trying to fight his way out of it, no doubt about it. He's a game boxer. But Benn really is applying the pressure in this opening round. One or two wild punches there a couple of moments ago. Really, Benn is going to have to watch out.
When you're in the ring, it's there. Because it's like someone's backing me in a corner, and he's taking everything away from me. My diamond rings, my chaps, man, he's taking everything away, and that's how I feel. I'm earning a good living, he's taking everything away from me that I've worked hard for, and I really get framed.
And this fair crowd at the Albert Hall really loving every minute of this bout as Benn immediately on the attack once again. Really, this man doesn't know any other way to fight. He fights his way into trouble, and he catches Benn with a right and a left. Benn's in a great deal of trouble. Pinned in the corner. He's going to have to get out of that and defend. Benn's not renowned for his defence. He's in trouble here. This could be a real sensation, a real turn-up at the Albert Hall. Anthony Logan backs Benn up. Benn slips once again. He fights back, and he catches him with a fantastic left.
Hit me with some good shots, but that's when you've got to grit your teeth and say, well, let's get back in there and fight back. I was going to fight him all the way. I went in there just to hurt him because he said some bad things about me, garbage opponents. But, I came to fight. I weren't interested in style or anything. I just wanted to fight.
I think the problem is people now see that we are a threat to the two major organisations, and this is the problem, and we've done it in a unique way. And everyone benefits. I mean, every fighter who fights on our bill is paid reasonably well. Nigel Benn, who topped my last promotion in association with Mike Barrett, received his highest purse that he's ever received, and that was without TV.
As we saw with the Albert Hall situation, even though it was a sell-out thing, at the end of the day, when all the bills were paid, there was very little, or if anything, left in the coffers. TV is the difference between being a good promoter and being one of the big boys.
If you have a look of television that was covered by promoters last year, I would imagine, like, you know, 90% was covered by Frank Warren for ITV, and the same for Mickey Duff on BBC. They threw in the odd one to sort of keep people quiet.
Let us not forget, you know, that Ambrose Mendy is trying to move in on a bastion of Anglo-Saxon dominance. There are promoters and managers in this country who sees the controlling of boxers as their divine right. It's a heritage given to them.
When I first saw them, I was quite impressed. They had a lovely gym, fresh-faced people, Maloney, Mendy and Marsh. I said, yeah, it's gonna have a big impact. You know, it's new, it's away from the status quo. As to competing alongside the big boys, it's early days yet. But if guys want to turn pro and they want to sort of veer off the actual established cartels in the boxing game, the World Sporting Corporation is a new entity.
Thanks. Speak to you later. Bye.
I think the only fight he's had since then is
Anthony Logan.
Anthony Logan. Well, you know the person on the phone Carver.
He's the best opponent. More solid, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, get a few rounds of boxing there, won't he?
I'm in this business, I train hard, and I'm as fit as anybody, and I'm prepared to fight anybody.
Listen, David Noel, I've got his record from Ralph Citro, but on it, he hasn't boxed since 27th of the 11th of 87. They got some fights missing there, haven't they? Yeah. That's the only one he's had with Logan that he won.
He comes to fight, I mean, I heard he never take a step backwards, that's all right, because now do I. And I believe, like, you know, when I train, I run, I think, yeah, Mercedes Sports, nice big house, money in the bank, Rolex watches, diamonds, everything. That's what I think about. And that's what drives me on. That's what I want. And I'm willing to work hard for it. Now you get other men to say, oh, no, I'm just interested in you. I don't want to make no money for myself. I'm just looking after you. It's a lot of bullshit.
The British Boxing Board of Control set itself up to protect the interests of boxing. The principal factor in the whole area of boxing is the boxers. No boxers, no boxing.
There was a kid wanted for a show the other week, and the actual right price was the show was £500. That's how much the little 6-rounder should have got paid. And because his manager was also the promoter for the British Boxing Board of Control, he got £250. Now he's got ripped off.
I mean, I've come across a few incidents of this of fighters who have approached me, and we've done a bit of homework, and we have found that they've actually been paid more than they've actually been told they were paid. So obviously it's a carve-up between, you know, the matchmaker and the managers.
The board has done a lot of good things, but this is one area that I'll take them to task for, and I think they feel embarrassed about it. Because how can you have a situation where a man is a manager and is also promoting that same commodity? So in effect what you're doing, you're saying that this man has a right to negotiate with himself.
Right, we've got a show tomorrow.
There is a potential conflict. But to be quite honest, I believe it's better a boxer should know that you are the promoter and the manager rather than you having somebody fronting up for yourself. It'd be very easy to find somebody to say to them, look, you act as the promoter and I'll be the manager, as what happened in the cartel for a number of years.
Get the fighters to fight as cheaply as possible, get as much money off the television people, sell as many tickets as you can, and book the stadium as cheap as you can. And we'll split the profits.
I was agreed that people were there working together and they were operating together. But having said that, they still do. You know, that's how it is. And I think I've grown up a bit since then. I mean, obviously you get extremely annoyed at the way things are, but it's a system that operates and it will not change.
The WSC has got a lot on their plate. I think they're going to have to pull out the stops, as they say. But it is refreshing to see that someone is at least taking up the challenge.
11-4.5, David Noel. I'll take this out because it's my way, is it? Nigel Benn.
Nigel, how the short choice, son?
Black.
Thank you.
11 stone, 5¼ pounds.
Championship weight. Let's go.
You know, the name of the game is putting people on the seats, and it's what's going to bring them in. We could go on like the old establishments and fall in line with everyone else, but we'd play to empty houses.
We were striving to make progress, and we were making progress. You know, we put on 4 events. They featured 3 former world champions. And the public came out and acclaimed what we were doing.
Yeah, what I want, the Herbie Hancock, I don't want it. Let the other bit go out, and then when the music starts, that's your cue to walk.
If it wasn't Ambrose Mendy, if it was Jonathan Smith, the fact that A, it's a black man, and B, he's trying to move into a bastion, a realm that is exclusive to the Anglo-Saxon, is exciting.
It's not like, you know, this black business that, you know, because he's black and I'm black, we both just working together like, stick together and love up in all this. We work together because we both trust each other.
Having put my feet into the water, I have to prove I can swim competently. But if Nigel Benn suddenly turned around tomorrow and said, I want to go away, I want to resolve my differences with Frank Wine, it wouldn't make any difference to us because we have come so far and we would have proved everything which we stated.
This match is at championship weight, 11 stone 6 pounds, and at the weigh-in at 1 o'clock today, David Noel scaled 11 stone 4½ pounds. Nigel Benn scaled 11 stone 5¼ pounds.
All I ever wanted to do was just concentrate solely on boxing. That's all I've ever wanted to do, be a boxer. Then I said I got 3 years, 1990, that brings me up to the world title. And you don't defend it every month like I've been doing because you would already made money then, so you can take your time. But I must have Watson, Hellgram, European, because there's no point concentrating American if you can't do everybody in Europe or in the Commonwealth.
He will definitely be a world champion, without a shadow of a doubt. I just feel that he will be. He wants to be. He never thinks of losing. You know, it's just the first thing out of his mind is losing. He only thinks of winning.
But there's the first bell after all the delays. Noel just poking out a jab to begin with there, and they get caught up in a little clinch out in the centre of the string, and Benn showing no signs of wanting to unleash the usual frenzied, furious assault in the first few seconds, just taking his time, boxing behind high-held gloves. He got him with a nice right over the top early on, short one to the side of the head. Noel standing with him, prepared to trade, close in, rather surprising. You'd think possibly that Noel would want to fight at a distance. Nice overhand right goes in from Noel, who doesn't have the reputation of a puncher. Benn bounces nicely off the ropes, and Looks as if he's trying to settle down for possibly a longer job here tonight, but straight away he goes into a higher gear and gets in 2 weak rights and then 2 left hooks, both of them to the head, and he's really moved up. Another head punch from him, and he looks to tee off with another big right, then another overhand right, then a right uppercut, then a left hook to the head. This is Benn moving into the knockout specialist gear that we've seen so often from him, but Noel has taken those punches so far, but now he wants to hold on. Keeps walking in, Noel. He's got his gloves held high. He's using the experience of 30 fights to ride this little storm. At the moment he gets caught with another left hook. Benn pouring in the punishment, pouring in the punches. Noel, I don't think he's too badly hurt. Just shaken up a little by that, but he still wants to come forward and he still wants to trade close in with Benn, which is a little bit surprising. I'd have thought he wanted to get on his bike and get out of range a little. Gets in a left hook of his own, does Noel, then a right to the head. He's got over the first blitz of Benn, but now Benn turns him on the ropes in the corner. The referee obscuring my view as a couple of head punches going from Benn right to the side of the head. Logan still there, head to head, body to body in a clinch. Quite happy to keep it close. Not sure if those are the right tactics. He's caught by a stiff left jab this time from Benn, who's even his hairstyle's intimidating, the shaven sides of the head. Referee breaks them up. Noel comes forward, lands with his own left jab to the head, then big right from Benn has Noel down, followed by a left with a minute to go in the round, and Noel gets up and falls back again, and I don't think he's going to be able to carry on. He hugs the referee, and it's all over. It's all over in the first round. Nigel Benn, 20 wins out of 20, and he's retained the Commonwealth middleweight title. Noel went down, he tried to get up, his legs were made of rubber, he fell back again, and it was all over.